and then share my screen. All right. Well, thank you for joining us for our last family orientation session for winter of 2021. We are joined today by Corporals Hamilton and Gilligan from the Towson University Police Department to talk a little bit about campus safety for your students as they join the Tiger family. So I will turn it over to them to tell you a little bit about their office and organization on campus.
Sean? Oh, can't hear. Okay, well, I am Corporal Hamilton, and my partner is Corporal Gilligan, and we are with the Towson University Police Department. Our unit is Community Outreach. Be prepared, not scared. What to do in case of an emergency. So again, this is our Chief Charles Herring. The bottom of this page is the most important number you'll have to store in your memory while you're here on campus. That 4444, 704 4444. That is direct communication to our communication center that will get you an officer to your location in the instance that there's a situation here. Towson University, we have over 40 sworn police officers. We are a 24 operative police department, which is 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Yeah, 365 days a year. There's always someone here to aid you in the case that you may need something. So don't ever think that because the schools are closed or classes are delayed, we are always open 24 hours a day. Also, we have consecutively won the Governor's Award for the last 35 years this year. We're actually waiting on our Governor's Award to come to us to be mailed. Well, due to COVID, we couldn't have the actual banquet. Also, I'm proud to say that Towson University is one of the safest campuses within the USM system, and we have 12 universities in Maryland University institutions. So, yay, Towson! So here is one of the great features that we have here. We have emergency blue light phones that coincide with our plus 1,000 cameras that we have on the campus. So our blue light emergency phones, they're located in our elevators. They're located throughout the campus, along the walkways, all over the campus. So we have, like I said, over 1,000 cameras. They also have geolocators on them as well. So in the case of an emergency, or sometimes we've had staff members who have fallen and a student or another staff member has walked by, you can push that button on the emergency blue light phones. What that does is it goes directly into our communication center. Our communications officer then dispatches that call to us, which is direct real time, and we'll come to your location. Even if you're new and you're unsure where you are, like I said, it has the geolocator. Therefore, we know where you are, and someone will stay on the phone with you until the officer gets there. Again, they're located in our garages. Also, we also have our detectives who constantly look at these. So these cameras that we have, they're also used to prevent and detect and to help us solve crimes. These are our LPR readers. They look like lights, but they're not lights. What these do is they read tags, and if there's a serious violation that's within motor vehicles, then our dispatchers, again, our communications officers, dispatchers are notified. Then we send an officer out to investigate why that person is on our campus. Hence, that's one of the reasons why we continue to stay one of the safest campuses in the USM system. To investigate, why are you here on campus? What's your business? And these are the things that it's not always talked about, but this is one of the features that we continue to have to keep the staff and the student body safe, even when visitors come on. That's most of the time when we have, um, I want to say issues, but a lot of times when visitors come and they're confused, like no, sometimes the tag will just come up, but we're there to make sure that everything is safe with our students. We offer escort services. I always like to say, during daylight saving time, it gets darker. So sometimes you have classes on one side of campus to the other side of campus. So we continue to tell the students to stay safe and not to walk by yourself. So Towson, we offer safe walk and we also offer the safe ride. So the safe walk will have an officer or a police aide come out and walk with you from one location to the next. Sometimes it's from the building to the garage. Um, excuse me. And also if it's inclement weather, and the ride will do the same thing, but this time it'll be a van ride. A lot of times during midterms and finals, the students are in a 24-hour study lab that's in our library. So sometimes at 2 in the morning, you don't want to walk from the library back to your dorm. So call the number down the bottom, 410-704. Actually, it should be 4444. So my apologies that that number is not correct. But that gives you access to our communication center. Again, we send an officer out to make sure you get from one destination to the next safely. We we also offer our online property registration. Again, because this campus is so safe, students leave laptops and they go and they say, "Oh, I went to the store real quick." Well, our campus is open as well. So we offer this feature for you to register your electronics. It helps us for a faster recovery if someone tries to pawn your items. So students, if you're coming to the campus, a lot of times, you guys get rid of your boxes and your serial numbers. The best thing that you could do is take a picture of it, store it in your phone so that when you come here, you can register those items. Or if you don't know um, what it is, try to find it. Try to email Apple or wherever you got your electronics from, and take a picture of those serial numbers or whatever numbers that you have, so that we can, help you register your items. So if you do not have those items and you say, "Oh, Officer Hamilton, I threw that away. We don't have it anymore. We've had it for some years and we don't have the original box," that's fine. Towson offers our own engraving system. So we'll engrave, sometimes we like to use your ID. The previous officer who was in the community outreach shared that with me and explained that sometimes people, don't have their serial number. So we tend to use your driver's license, which also is a direct link to you. So in the event that your items get misplaced or taken and someone tries to, pawn them or whatever, we put them in our database. So that gives us a hit that this comes back to you specifically. And this is free of charge. We offer this a few times throughout the semester at table events that we have. Emergency text messaging. This is one of the critical safety alerts. A lot of people are like, "Oh, we get so many text messages," which is fine. So basically, this not only gives you text messages for inclement weather, it also gives you school closings. It tells you about the campus, around the campus, anything that's within a mile, a radius for the campus, like right here on Burke and York Road, there's a bank. So in the event that something should happen, we send out text messages right away to the student body and the staff. Parents, you can also register to have these alerts come to your phone so you can know what's going on while your student is away from home. So we send these text messages out to say, "Hey, stay away from this area, take a different route. If you live in that area, try to get a ride." But these are also some of our other features that we have to continue to keep the student body safe. We offer a self-defense course. However, with COVID, we have not been able to give that course. I believe we do it about 2 times throughout the year. So if you happen to be in an organization or whatever dormitory that you're in, reach out to your RLC or your RA and have them reach out to myself or Corporal Gilligan so that we can set up set up something for you guys to have this, or send you guys the links for the self-defense course that we have. And we want to do this course, but again, with COVID and the social distancing, we have not been able to physically give this training for this class, but we're looking forward to doing that in the near future. Our Safer Mobility app, I actually have this on my phone as well. So this app allows you to, let's say you're in the library, you're studying, it's late, and you don't feel comfortable. And again, like I said, the library is open to the public. So there's someone there that doesn't look like they belong. Well, you simply would log onto the app on your phone, you press the button, and then the button directly goes into our communication center. The communications officer sees you before you see them. You're talking directly to them, kind of like FaceTime. So if for whatever reason your finger comes off of that button, it sends a geolocator to our communications officer, who then dispatches an officer out to your location. And then they're going to call you back to ensure that you're okay. One of Before you skip through the Safer Mobility, one of the other features that we have a direct communication with Baltimore County Police Department. So we have a radio. So anything else that's going on, we can hear that as well, real time. Thank you guys. I hope I didn't miss anything. I hope that wasn't too fast. But if you have any questions, please feel free to email myself at the bottom. That's ehamilton@towson.edu, or my partner, Corporal Gilligan, sgilligan@towson.edu. Any questions that you may have, don't hesitate. Please feel free.
Awesome. Thank you. Grace, can you think of anything from a student perspective that families would want to know about being safe on campus?
I guess for like right now, currently with everything with COVID, um, how maybe COVID has like affected some of the resources and services available to students, like the escort service, is that still available even with like COVID and everything? Or is it more encouraged to use like the Safer Mobility app, so then you can still like be with someone and have that sense of security, but not have to like actually physically be around another person?
In reference to your question, for right now, we have not been told that we can't transport. However, everyone has to be masked up. In the event that, well, hopefully no one would have it, but any event that someone may have it, they should share that with us. Have COVID, let me say that, they would share that with us. However, if you choose to use the Safer Mobility app, you can. You don't have to pick, because again, our job is to make sure you're safe. So even if it was a situation where a memo came out and they didn't want us to do the physical transport, we can still walk with you to walk with you from one destination to the next. So does that answer your question?
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Awesome. Well, I don't see any other questions coming through. So I appreciate your time, both Corporal Hamilton and Corporal Gilligan. Thanks for being with us today. I like to end these by reminding folks how they best get in touch with you. So I know you shared your email, but can you hit us with that emergency number one last time?
Sure, that is 410-704-4444.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So make sure your student has that saved in their phone. Thank you to TUPD for keeping us nice and safe and being with us this afternoon. Have a good afternoon and go Tigers. Bye.